Hello and welcome to Unitopia's Budgeting 101 workshop. My name's Sharon and this is Debbie. We're USASA's financial counsellors. Debbie will be leading us through the slides shortly, but before she does, let's just have a quick look at what financial counselling is and what financial counsellors can do for you. So financial counselling is a service that provides information, support and advocacy for people experiencing financial difficulty. And financial counsellors can help in a variety of ways. For example, we can assist you with budgets and short-term money plans. We can provide options to reduce your expenses and debts, and we can negotiate payment plans with your creditors. We also provide information regarding Centrelink payments, government concessions, no interest loans and low interest loans. And if you're in bad financial standing with the university, we can provide assistance and support there too. USASA's financial counselling program also have financial support. So if you're really struggling, we can provide food vouchers and emergency grant payments too. So that's financial counselling in a nutshell. I'll pass you on to Debbie now.
Thanks, Sharon. So budgeting. What is budgeting? Basically it's a process of creating a plan of how you spend your money. So in that process, we need to decide what's a need rather than a want. Given that most of us are probably would happily spend more than we earn, we need to make some calls around what's important. So it's about money in, which is your income, and money out, which is all the money you spend or your expenses. And the idea of having a plan is it will help you minimise those expenses and hopefully maximise savings, which, you know, maybe savings for a holiday or savings for a house, whatever it happens to be. So money in, income. And now that can be any number of things. It could be a scholarship or a grant, Centrelink payment, such as Austudy or JobKeeper, an allowance from your family maybe, or wages from some part-time work, or if you're lucky enough, maybe some other income from share dividends and bank interest and the like. And then we have money out, which is the expenses. And this is all the money you spend, which will include things like rent, mortgage, your utilities, power, gas, water, transport, whether it's for a car or public transport, food, debt repayments if you happen to be in debt, medical expenses, holidays, which may come out of your savings. If you have children, there'll be childcare and school fees, things like that. Of course, clothing. And then there's the other little things that we all like occasionally, alcohol, maybe a bit of gambling or cigarettes, and there could be memberships to sporting clubs, that sort of thing. So that's all the money that we spend. Now, of those, we have needs and we have wants. The needs are the things that we need to have in order to stay alive, and the wants are the things that we don't really need but like to have. So we've divided up a list here of the needs, and that will include things like obviously water, food, shelter, which may be rent or a mortgage, travel. Now that need may be a car if you need to have a car for work or you need to have a car to transport children or something like that. Cars can also be wants. It might be that you can quite happily get away with public transport, but you want to drive a car, and that's a decision that you'll need to make within your budget. Electricity, gas, heating, insurance. If you do have a car, then I would suggest a need is insurance for your car. If you have a house, probably for your house as well. Mobile phone these days is also a need. Basic furniture, clothing, and then school fees or education fees. And then there are the wants, the things that we like to have but we can probably live without, such as holidays, gym membership, maybe a car, fast food, dining out, a new tablet, getting your nails done, designer clothing, having a pet, taking them to the vet, that sort of thing. So they are what we would call wants. And we're going to talk about those when we do the budget as well. The other thing that we need to consider when we're budgeting is spending leaks. And this is all the little bits of money that you can't really account for. When you do the budget, you sort of look at what you spend your money on rent and food are probably quite easy items to identify. But every now and then in your bank statements, you'll see these little $3.50 or $5, and they're what we could probably call spending leaks. The example we're using here is coffee. So you get one takeaway coffee, it's $5, not very much money, you know, don't really think about it. You do that every day of the week, that's $35 a week or over $1,800 a year. So it becomes a considerable amount of money. And if you're on a low income, you really need to work out where your spending leaks are, look for alternatives and try and save that money, or budget for 2 coffees a week on the days that you're at uni or something like that. And we're suggesting here a spending diary is a good way. No, it's okay. Spending diary is a great way of identifying those leaks. So keep a diary for a week or 2, write down everything that you spend, like, you know, $1.69 for food. That might be the donut on the run when you're getting the petrol or something like that. And the other, so that's your spending diary, and then budgeting. So there's a number of ways you can budget. You can use apps. There are apps you can find for your phone. You just need to be quite diligent putting it in. Money Smart is a great source of tools and resources, including a budget planner. And that's a government site. So they're not trying to sell you anything. They're just trying to help you manage your money. So I'd suggest that you all have a look at that. And the spreadsheet is probably the way that's the way we do our budgets, and when we speak to students, that's how we will do it with them. We use an Excel sheet. It's online. You can do it online. It does all the adding up and takes all the hard work out of it. So the budget that we're going to do today is a weekly budget. And for calculating that, you need to you probably get paid fortnightly, so you'll need to divide by 2 in order to get a weekly amount. Annual costs such as car registration, you'll divide by 52. If you have a monthly income or expense, you might divide it by 4, and so on. And all of these calculations are provided for you at the top of the budget. When we send it to you, you just need to email us at Financial Counselling or make contact in the website, and we can send you one of these. In fact, what we might do, Sharon, I think, is we'll put a link online for this budget, so people can just go in and download it if they like.
Yeah.
So go into Financial Counselling at USASA, just look for the link for budgets. And this is what it looks like. And so just to walk you through it a bit to help you get started on your budget, I'm going to get Sharon to be my guinea pig, and we're going to put some of her expenses and her income into this budget. So here we have the Excel sheet, and I'm going to do a little bit of typing here. And Sharon's going to talk me through what she spends all her money on. But before we do that, Sharon, maybe you could tell me how much money you have as income.
Okay, so I'm currently receiving Centrelink payments, which are $817 a fortnight.
Okay, so that's about $409 a week.
Yep, that's right. And
any other income that you have?
Yes, I have some rent assistance from Centrelink, and that is $140, so $70 a week.
$70 a week, excellent. And do you have any employment income or anything like that, or family support?
I get a little bit of pocket money, I suppose you could call it, a bit of babysitting money, so about $40 a week.
40 a week? Okay, excellent. All right, so that's it for your income?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, as you can see, the Excel sheet has kindly added it up for us, and we have $519 as income for the week. And now moving on to expenses. All right, so what we've done is we've divided this budget into a couple of different categories. So the first one, what we have here is regular payments. And we'll explain a little bit further along why we've done it this way. But these are all the payments that you can fairly easily identify the sum. So it doesn't vary very much is what I'm trying to say. So rent, what would that be per week, Sharon?
It's $120 a week.
120. And does that include all of your utilities such as electricity and gas?
No, they're extra. So yeah, about $15 I'd say on average per week for electricity. Yep. If you divide it down.
So this, for those that live in share houses, the way that you would work this out, and you probably already have done this because you're paying it now, is you'll get the quarterly bill, you'll split it by the number of people in the house, and then you can work out from that what your weekly amount is. So gas, Sharon?
Yeah, that works out to about $10 a week.
In a week, okay. And water, you pay for that as well?
Yes, that's about the same, about $10.
$10, okay. And do you have internet, separate internet?
No, use the mobile phone and hotspot that.
Okay, and what do you pay for your mobile phone?
The mobile phone is $50 a month.
50 a month, so we divide that by 4.
It's about $12.50.
$12.50, excellent. Now, do you own a car?
Yes.
You do? Okay, so car registration, what do you pay for that?
That works out to $15 a week.
Okay, and do you have car insurance?
Yes, and
Very
that's about $7.50 a week.
$7.50 a week, okay. Do you own the car or are you paying it off?
I'm paying it off, so I'm paying $50 a fortnight.
Fortnight, so $25 a week, okay.
Yep.
Do you have any other debts in that, what we have here, Centrelink debt or personal loan or anything like that at the moment?
I do pay a little bit of pay TV, so that's $10 in there.
A month or a week? That would be a month, wouldn't it?
It's a month, yep.
Yeah, so about $2.50 a week. Okay.
Yep, and I do have a credit card.
Right.
So I only ever pay the minimum on that. So
Okay,
I'll probably be paying it off forever. That works out to about $50 a month. So
that's $25 a week. No, $12.50 a week.
Yep.
Okay.
Easy to get those numbers wrong, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's easy to get those numbers wrong.
Yes. So just for those students out there that are watching this, we do also have a column here for outstanding debts. So we're not going to go through that now, but what I would normally do is ask how much is left owing on the credit card, how much is left owing on the car loan perhaps, and then that will add those up. It doesn't go into the expenditure column, but it will give you an idea of what your current debt is, if you have any. Okay, so I think that's pretty much covered off your regular payments. So now we'll move into daily expenses. So these are the expenses that will vary from week to week, depending on what you're doing, whether you're going out more that week or eating at home, things like that. So just on average, what would you spend on groceries or food a week?
About $100 a week on food.
100 a week, okay. Do you go out or get takeaway?
Yes, probably spend about $50 there.
50 a week, okay. What about alcohol or cigarettes? A glass of wine occasionally or a bottle of wine?
Yeah, probably maybe a nice bottle of wine, maybe about $20.
A week?
Yep.
Okay. Petrol, you have a car, so what do you spend on petrol?
About $50 a week.
50 a week, okay. Anything else there that you can think of? Haircuts, any other?
Haircuts would maybe work out to about $10 a week if you average that out. And then there would be gifts.
Gifts. We got gifts. I think we've got gifts up here, haven't we?
Yep.
Yes. So what do you reckon on gifts?
Maybe about $15 a week.
15 a week. Okay. Now, as you can see, there's also a number of other. These are prompts, and you may have other ones that you wish to put in, and you can just type them in the blanks. But they're prompts just to make you think about where your money is going, whether you use Ubers occasionally. Car parking, what about you? Do you use Uber or car parking at all, Sharon?
Yes, I do go into uni a couple of days, so that works out to about $17 each time.
Right. So, that's quite expensive then, isn't it? So that's $34 a week?
Yep.
All right. Now we're just going to pop down here and have a look and see how we're going with the tally. So far, she's still got $10 a week left, so she's doing okay. Although as a financial counsellor, I would be encouraging Sharon to have a look at a couple of these expenses, such as car parking, when there is probably quite a good bus service from wherever you live, or train. Any other ones that I need to put in here, Sharon?
I do have fines as well, so it's about
Fines,
$10 a week on fines.
All right. And well, you've just blown your surplus now.
Yeah. You know,
Okay.
and I do
Anything
buy
else?
clothes. I do buy clothes through the year as well. So yeah,
Right. Now have we got clothes here?
they're up further in the right hand.
Okay, there we go. Yes, sorry. So
Probably,
what do you spend on clothes?
oh, I don't know, maybe about $10 a week overall.
10 a week. Okay. All right. Well, I think we probably pretty much covered it off here. So everyone's budget's going to look a little bit different. As you can see, the red suggests that she's spending more than she's earning at the moment. So I would then encourage Sharon to go back and have a look at what are needs and what are wants. Any obvious needs there, Sharon, that you think maybe you could get back on track with?
Well, I could probably cut down on the takeaways and dining out, and the bottle of wine, could get a cheaper bottle of wine. I guess if I'm using the bus, I could definitely cut down on my petrol.
Yes,
and the car parking. I would end up with quite a bit more money in my pocket.
That would be lovely to be able to put a little bit of something here in savings and emergency. Yes. Even $10 a week is going to give you, what's that, $500 a year?
$500 a year adds up. That's right. Yeah,
that's right. That's servicing your car or getting new tyres or whatever it is that you need, or a little holiday maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sharon. I think that's probably pretty much covered off on the budget. And certainly if anyone out there does a budget and feels they need to have a chat with a financial counsellor, get in touch with us. It's a free service through USASA. Okay, so now we've done the budget and we've worked out what our expenses are. It's time to manage the money. And the way that we suggest you do that is to use some bank accounts. So in this example, we have 3 different bank accounts. We have the regular payment account, and that relates back to the spreadsheet where we were talking about payments such as rent or mortgage, utilities, things like that, things that are regular and you have a fair idea of what they're going to be. So we have this account as your main account. You pay all of your income into there as well, so wages or Centrelink or family allowance, anything that might be coming in. And then you identify what your regular payments come to. So it might be, say, $300 a week to cover off rent and everything like that. And you leave that amount of money in that account so that when you come to pay one of those bills, it's there waiting. You've also done another column in your budget called spending, or what do we call it? Weekly expenses. And that included food, petrol, maybe a bottle of wine, things like that. And we suggest that you work out about how much you would normally spend that you can afford, having done your needs and wants analysis, and put that into your card account. And that's the only money that your card can access. And then we have a third account, which we call your savings or emergency account. We're hoping that once you've done your budget, you will have some money left and you'll move it into this account so that when you do have an emergency, or if you are lucky enough to go on a holiday, you have a little bit of money put aside. This account is not linked to any card. It's online only, and so you actually have to go into the account and move it across. And that means that you have to really think about it. You have to give it some thought before you spend that money. And it means that you can't just swipe your card accidentally and spend it. So that's what we suggest. As we've mentioned earlier, there's a free financial counselling if you're having problems with this sort of thing, or you want some more help with your budgeting or setting up these accounts. Make sure that they are fee-free accounts. Every bank provides fee-free accounts. So if you're not currently in one of those, make sure that you are and talk to your bank, or if they won't give you one, go to another bank. Yeah, and good luck with it all. Anything else, Sharon? I don't think so. I think we've pretty much
I
nailed.
think that's it. Thanks very much, Deb. That was very informative. We hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Please do contact us if you are struggling financially. As Deb has mentioned several times, it's a free and confidential service. Thanks.
See ya.